Thank you for tuning in to our podcast, Life and Love After Divorce and Grief. For more information, please visit our website at soulswritinghouse.com.
Welcome back.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Life and Love After Divorce and Grief. Now, first of all, you're my baby.
You're my baby.
We can't help it, y'all. We gotta show love. We
do.
just got married August 31st, and so
my life.
we're going into September, October, November. We get ready going to 4 months married.
4 months married, baby.
And 14 months together.
14 months.
Together. For y'all, a lot of times you think, I ain't gonna never find love again.
That's not true.
And that's not true. Some of y'all like, girl, I done gave up on love.
Don't fall for the trick of the enemy.
I'm not gonna find a good man. And it's in today's time, the Holy Spirit is saying you got to be watching the words that come out of your mouth.
That's right.
And stop casting down on you what you truly do not want.
Exactly.
It's like saying, I want a hamburger, but it's peanut butter and jelly on the table.
Exactly.
Won't you just ask for peanut butter and jelly?
Exactly.
You exaggerate and you want a burger while they got peanut butter and jelly. Now, It's still going to feed your belly, but it's not what you really want. No. And so stop speaking things into your life
that you really don't want.
Because if you really do want someone good in your life and you're saying there's no good men out there, there's no good women out there, you constantly keep saying that I ain't going to never find nobody. Well, what happens?
If you're saying... at this age, don't nobody want me. That's not true.
That's not true, because one thing for sure, the enemy is going to send someone in your life just because you said you didn't want nobody.
Exactly.
But guess what? The person's going to come, but he's going to be a nobody.
Going to be a counterfeit.
And you're going to get your heart broken, and you're like, see, I told you I didn't want nobody in my life again. I told you I would never find nobody. It's because that's what you keep speaking.
Exactly.
You keep speaking that you're not going to meet nobody good and that you don't want nobody. But then you meet somebody or someone comes into your life and you get all gun-ho about it. And they end up being a nobody. And then you're mad at God once again because you're thinking, okay, here I did again.
Exactly.
And this person is not from God. But he's not from God because, number one, a man who finds a wife, what?
Finds a good thing.
So what are you doing that's a good thing? A lot of you may say, I'm a good thing and I'm working and I'm doing all this stuff, but what are you really doing for the kingdom? And that's what's important. Now, we love talking about world news, and we got the veteran 111. My baby's a veteran. Give it up. Much love to our veterans, To
all the veterans out there, thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. We honor you. So many times, veterans don't like talking about what they've been through.
And now they're starting to learn that they need counseling.
Yes.
Because that helps you open up and get them internal feelings, not good feelings out.
Correct. Because as a veteran yourself, now, that's a question I want to throw out there to you veterans. Like, you're with people that are not veterans, okay? So when you're married to someone that's not a veteran, we heard about it, but we don't know the extent.
Oh, no.
And we don't need to try to act like we want to understand, because we really don't. Because that's a time in your life that was very challenging, mentally and physically. Exactly. So what would you tell the average veteran that's married to someone that's a non-veteran? What is some good advice you can give to someone to help you deal with your dreams or deal with things that you think about and learning how to communicate with that person? What's some advice you'd give someone?
I mean, the advice I would give is the other person, if you're with who God has for you, God will put it in them, but they have to be a little bit more understanding and coerce the guy or the girl. Hey, I'll go to counseling with you.
Right.
So they can get it out. You know what I mean?
No wonder if you're with someone don't want counseling, they feel like, I don't need nobody.
I pray, because let me tell you, I did that for years. Right. Over. I got out in 1990. What's this year?
This is 2024.
About to be 2025. Mm-hmm. Because, men have egos. We get hurt. We do this, but we try not to show it. We internalize it. Right. And then it comes out in the wrong way when when things get to a certain point, we lash out in the wrong way, and we end up hurting the ones that we love.
Right.
You know, so counseling is it.
Right.
Because you're not just going to be talking to anybody.
Right.
You're going to be talking to somebody that's been through some stuff.
Because we've helped some veterans in the past, and what cracks me up is you'll have a veteran get on the veterans crisis line. Okay, they get on the crisis line with a veteran.
Oh yeah.
And go off on the crisis person.
Yeah.
Like the crisis person don't understand. And that's why they're there.
Yeah, exactly.
And one of the things I think that can help a person that may be going through a crisis, because that's what I call it. You're not crazy. You're not mental. You may be dealing with some mental issues and some emotional issues, but you're going through a crisis.
Exactly.
And at that moment you're going through a crisis, I think that one of the first questions, because questions I learned through therapy, questions help you to eliminate what's wrong and what's not wrong.
Exactly.
If you can answer the question 9 times out of 10, that's not what's wrong. But if you can't answer the question, you avoid the question, you get mad at the question, that's probably where some of your issues lie. So you on the other end need to realize that I took from counseling, because I took counseling after my kids died. It's questions, the who, what, where, when, why, hows, the why nots. Like you can put another word in front of that question. It ain't just a how, but how come? You know, you can be like, why not?
So do you end up answering your own questions when they listen to
If you write it down.
If you write it down.
If you never write it down, because it says in Habakkuk 2:2, write it down from the tablet of your heart and make it plain.
Right.
So a lot of times, if you don't really journal and write down your feelings, then you're all over the place with them, because with one person, you may be neutral.
Exactly.
But then another person, you're not neutral.
Right.
You can be tangible, non-tangible. Like some people, you can be with them and you're vibing off the story.
Exactly.
But then there's some people, you can be talking about the story, but you can tell there's no interest.
Yeah.
And you get mad.
Exactly.
And it's the situation you're mad at,
right,
not the person.
Exactly.
Because if you're telling me about somebody's head being blown off or somebody lost a leg, like visually, because of what I've been through, tragedy don't lie well with me visually. Right. So if I'm visually thinking about it, I'm in. And it means I care. But then when I don't want to hear anymore, it's not because I don't want to hear the story.
You don't hit your feel of it.
But my feel of the visual is enough. It's like when y'all watching scary movies, you know, and all that old stuff. Like there's a signal to let you know trouble's coming.
Right.
Okay? While you're watching the movie. So if you want them scary people, well, you got enough time to turn. Cause that sound, here come Jaws, guess what? You gonna turn around like this. You don't even want to watch it. But in life, you don't get a warning.
That's right. It's like I have a friend. He was a Marine. He's out now, but he got the duty to go to the White House. You know, the Marines you see standing outside the White House when the president walks to the helicopter and all that.
Yeah.
He had that job, and we were talking one day at work. And he said, I'm so mad that I didn't see any theaters of war. And I had to stop him right then and there. I said, trust me, don't be mad. Consider it a blessing, because you don't know, you being a Marine, how you would have came back.
Right.
You don't know if you'd have been missing legs, an arm.
Right.
But you definitely would have been mentally messed up.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
So
that
take
makes
it as
sense.
a blessing.
Right.
Yeah.
So what is some of this world news you read about?
And you know what, baby? This concerns you too. You're a Native American.
Right.
I was reading an article, y'all, where just now, in 2024, they are starting to put packets together because, and I didn't even know this, I didn't even know Native people, they call them indigenous people.
Right.
I didn't even know Native people fought in World War II for America. As a matter of fact, they wrote the codes for the American soldiers to be able to communicate over the radio, and they wrote it so good, the other countries that they were fighting against couldn't decipher it.
Wow.
To this day, they can't decipher it.
Wow.
Yeah, so now they just now putting a packet together for Native Americans, African Americans, and other non-white people that fought in World War I and World War II.
Right.
They're just now putting a packet together so they can get their medals. Like a lot of them earn medals of honor, and all this stuff.
Right.
Congressional Medal of Honor. And they never gave them to them because they were black.
Or of color.
Of color, yes.
Oh, wow. See, we love tapping into things that worldly affect us, because I'm Native. And even though you look on your thing where it says white, black, Native, Hispanic, all these races, and now you got an option of 2 or more races.
Oh, do they do that now?
Yes,
oh,
they
wow,
do that
okay.
now. So I don't hit black because I'm not.
Yeah, let me tell you this story. We were sitting on the couch. This was last year. And you know how you side-eye somebody? I'm sitting here side-eyeing my baby. I was like, you know what? She lied. She is not all black. She is, ain't no way. Did I?
Yes.
And I knew it.
Then he saw that picture of my mom and all her sister and brothers.
Brenda told us about the Trail of Tears.
Yes.
And every man, that was so interesting. Man.
Yes.
You really need to know your heritage.
And you need to know your heritage. And for those of you all, we're going to talk about the Trail of Tears on our next show. Yes. For those of you all that are Native Americans like myself, and you have other races in you. Exactly. I had a lady, Octavia Webb. She wrote a book, Yvonne, and it was called Mixed Bloodline.
Yes.
And I'm gonna bring back that book for everybody. If you are a part of Kindle Unlimited, just remember on Kindle Unlimited you can pay $11.99 a month. You can read unlimited books.
That's good.
So for all of our authors that are looking forward to our Monday virtual class and our Monday evening class.
That's what y'all, she got me write the book.
Hey, he's getting ready to write a book, y'all. We first are going to write our workbook about life and love after divorce and grief. So we're so excited. And then also we're coming out with the reboot of Root of My Pain, Encounters. And they are, it's going to be pretty powerful. And then we're going to be putting a book together called Listen While You Still Can Hear.
That's right.
And we're going to be asking for 25 people to join this venture.
Right. Yes.
And we'll tell you more about it at the end of this show. Okay. But
guess what, y'all? We've been hearing about it all this time. Never even took thought to it. But we decided to do a dash, and the fun we've been having.
Oh my gosh!
Now, let me tell you my favorite part. We made this agreement way before we even thought about door dashing.
Yes.
That every time I open the door to our truck and let my wife grab my hand and let my wife out, I get a kiss.
Yes.
So while we doing dashing, y'all, I get all these kisses, dog boo. I am loving it.
Hey, and hats off to all you men who open up the door for your woman to get out. I am, every now and then we'll go places. No, it's not. Every now and then, you guys, we will go places, and he is walking me to my door, and he gets upset if I even open the door to let myself out. He'd be like, hold on a minute. I'll be like, okay, excuse me. Excuse me, let me shut the door back and let you open it again. But it's so beautiful to see other men do it, and we always compliment the couple. We always compliment the man and say, man, much love to you for opening up the door for her. Exactly. So we want a challenge going. That's right. With all you people out there. That, open up the door, walk your lady to the car, and let her in. You know what I'm saying? Let her in. Let her see you. Let us see that walk back to the driver's side. We like that look. I love that side profile. Turn around, baby. I tell my baby all the time, I love this side profile right there. It's just something about that side profile. Okay, let's get back to the show.
Y'all, while we be doing dashing, though, she got me back.
Yeah.
Y'all remember last week the Waffle House thing that I made fun of her on? We're door dashing. She drives at night because I haven't received my glasses yet. I can't see at night. Oh, you gonna laugh at me? Yeah. Yeah. Some of these small roads we be on, I be thinking we about to go off the edge. So I be over there like, what's wrong, babe? I'm like, it's like you about to go off the edge.
I said, that's what you get.
That was my payback.
That's just payback, because it be cliffs, honey. I'm like, this ain't no bank, honey, you looking at. That's a straight up cliff. I hit that tire on the wrong side right there, baby. We flip, ride, and rolling. Flip, ride, and rolling. Flip, ride, and rolling. You better know it.
Well, look,
yes.
Today's thing is, and after I tell you this, we're going to take a break for one of our music videos.
After I talk about Mean Girls.
After she talk about Mean Girls, sorry.
Yes.
I done flipped the script.
No, you didn't. Come tell me about our theme, because that's what it is.
Our thing is, why do you feel like you cannot love again or fall in love again? It's going to be our thing.
Because, see, most of the time while you feeling that way, you got a little mean girl, little mean guy down in there. It's all just, I call it the devil and the good voice. The evil voice and the good voice. And one of them's always messing. And it's who you listen to. I'm so excited about Root of My Pain Encounters because one of the things, when he comes out on that stage, he tells you in this play, the bad voice, he says this, I am here to rob you of your dreams, your visions, and your purpose, if you let me. And that is powerful. Oh, that just gives me, if you give him permission to do it,
unless you give permission.
You're just walking and serving him. But his whole goal is if you let him, if you allow the things that you keep hearing to make you determine if you're going to do it or not. So check this out. Controlling what others think about you is a giant waste of time. The hardest thing in the world to overcome is thinking you have control what others think about you. All your energy gets wrapped up in what they think. Are you nice enough, smart enough, cute enough, faithful enough? Do you think you're cool, insightful, honorable? Are you rich enough, good enough? You spend all your energy trying to look better to the rest of the world, but all of this is a waste of time because what others think is not your responsibility. Right. It is not even within your power. You have to fight the urge to justify and to position yourself in the eyes of others because it's taken away. Check this out. It says it. That you have to fight the urge to justify and to position yourself in the eyes of others because it's taking away God's role. He'll justify. He'll take care of you. Trust the Creator and peace will be yours. Right. Now let's dive into this. Okay. Do you have a good or bad self-image? You have to ask yourself, do you feel good about yourself? Right. How you dress, how you look in your clothes? How do you feel about yourself? Do you get in the mirror? Because, they was talking about some autosexual.
Or who was it?
It was one of the Kardashians. We're talking about being autosexual. And what that means is it's a good point about it and it's a bad point about it. The bad point about it is not feeling like you don't need nobody to get yourself aroused.
That's right.
Okay? Second, because we're talking about life and love after divorce, and we want to keep things real. Wholesome but real.
Right.
Holy but real.
That's right.
But you got to think to yourself, when you get out of your clothes every day and you get ready to get in the shower or you pass the mirror, do you look at yourself? Are you happy with who you see? Do you get in there and start doing the running man? Are you happy with what you got? Because as long as you're happy with what you have,
right,
your partner will be happy with what you have. Right. If you don't feel good about what you have, then your partner is not that they won't, but they'll waste so much energy trying to convince you of something that's beautiful. And I used to have that problem. I was hurt so much that I didn't really know how beautiful I was, especially women that say you have stretch marks on your stomach. And you think, oh, well, I'm not beautiful because I can't wear a two-piece. Who said you can't wear a two-piece?
Exactly.
You got to do it in moderation, know how to do it and make yourself look pretty, but you got to love who you are. It says, do you have a good or bad self-image? Whatever you answer, it doesn't matter because only what God thinks ultimately matters. A girl who understands that what others think about her and even what she thinks about herself doesn't ultimately matter. It doesn't ultimately matter. Is so led by her spirit, and she is free to fail, free to make mistakes, and free to not fit in.
That's right.
When you understand whose opinion really matters, you shine. And the world will begin to notice. So let's say you fall in love with this man that thinks that you are the hottest thing on earth.
Like I think of you.
He thinks I'm the hottest thing walking.
2 legs.
I mean, it don't matter who it is, Holly Berry.
For real.
It don't matter what woman of color. I can think, oh, she's beautiful. No. But he looks at me like, you're more beautiful than she is.
That's right.
Even women out there that even know they're beautiful, that know they're sexy, they know they got it going on, they will play with that and try to hurt women's confidence by flirting with their man.
That's right.
And men, all we're saying today is don't give them a moment of your time. Exactly. When you give them a moment of your time, that means you took away from your woman's.
Exactly.
And as long as she feels beautiful and she's on top of the world and you make her feel like she's shining, we don't care about those other beautiful women.
Right.
Because they come a dime a dozen. We're one of them.
That's right.
Somebody's man looking at you.
Exactly.
Okay? So don't worry about who your man looking at. Because at the end of the day, if he keep looking, let him have him.
I know it's right.
If somebody can take your man from you, he wasn't yours to begin with. Men, if somebody can take your woman, she wasn't yours to begin with. So you got to learn how to make each other shine. You got to know what make him look good. He got to know what make me look good. Because as long as I feel good and I'm with you and you looking good, we bouncing off each other's energy.
That's right.
You know? It says today, change your concerns about yourself. And it says, change your concerns about yourself into concerns about your spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Where does your energy go? What does it focus on? If you can't find beauty around you, then look harder. God has placed it everywhere. Today, find beauty outside yourself and thank God every time you do. So do you ever tell another woman she's beautiful?
Exactly.
Do you ever compliment somebody else? Because even if you feel down about yourself today, ain't it wonderful to see a beautiful sweater that could possibly look good on you? You're picturing it on you, but it's on her. So the only thing you can do to make yourself look good is you imagine, wow, I love them $800 boots she got on. I love that $800 coat. I ain't spend no $800, but it sure looks good on her.
Yeah.
It's nothing wrong with feeling great about something that's beautiful other than yourself.
That's right.
Because if all you concentrate on how beautiful you are, then you are missing the boat.
That's right. You won't see the beauty in
Because you won't see the beauty in others. And not only that, you'll think about your beauty so much that even the person you're with will start to, your shine, he'll start to dull your shine because you don't see beauty in nothing else but you.
Right. That's right.
Okay? Have you tried to justify yourself in the past week? Did it work? Think about who you were trying to convince. Tell God today that you trust him to be your shield and your fortress and that you will no longer be concerned with outward appearances. What is more important to you, being at peace or being right? Many are the plans of the mind of man, but it is the purpose of the Lord that will stand. That's in Proverbs 19:21. You can plan and manipulate your life and others' lives all you want, but in the end, what you think prevails. Whatever your plan or device in your mind, run it by the all-knowing mind of God. Does it please him? If not, be ready to see your plans get changed. Right. So what God is needing to say to you today is that at the end of the day, let's think about how beautiful you are on the inside. And you know what? We're going to praise him.
That's right, baby.
All my feelings out, put you in a red dress. Go yeah, what you want, you might be the best.
Every Friday night, I wanna put on that sexy dress. I want you to look at me and say, my, so look good tonight. And I want us to make that commitment right now. I want my Friday night.
Feelings out, put you in a red dress. Go yeah, what you want, you might be the best.
Friday night. I want Friday night.
All my feelings out, put you in a red
Me and
dress.
you.
Go yeah, what you want, you might be the
Take
best.
me out. Friday night. Ever since we got married, I wanna keep the fire going. Cooking late night, have some candles and some wine. But I don't want you to go to sleep and not touch me. I just wanna be with my man. But if something else has your attention, stop wasting my time, go on with your life. That's why you don't take me out on those Friday nights.
All my feelings out, put you in a red dress. Go yeah, what you want, you might be the best.
Don't you want that date night? All you see is somebody else. Yes.
Welcome
All
back.
right, welcome back, everybody.
All
Now, our theme today, as you all know, why you feel like you can't love again. And we're going to deal with two different types of the loss.
Exactly.
one loss is the love loss.
That's right.
Which is what we're going to have you talk about
Right.
today. And then the other loss is the death loss,
Exactly.
which means the
The
widow
grief
and the grief. So on the love side, what is some of the things?
This is what we're going to talk about today. On some of it, I have things on some of the issues that cause you to feel like you can't love again or you'll never love again.
Okay.
It says heartbreak can feel like the end of the world. You may think you'll never love again, that no one else could possibly fill the void. I'm here to tell you that it's not true. Love isn't limited. The heart is resilient. We often fall into the trap of believing that we have a finite amount of love to give. And one of the first issues is the fear of intimacy.
Yes. So you don't want nobody to touch you.
Yeah, and getting close to someone can be scary. This is called fear of intimacy. It stops people from falling in love. Anxiety may cause it. People who have the fear might push others away. They don't want to get hurt or feel trapped. Sometimes they might mess up their relationships on purpose because of this fear. Love can seem too big and scary for them. This is due to a condition known as philophobia, the fear of love itself. Past pain, like breakups or being left alone, also adds to this fear.
So you get scared. Like
Yeah.
once again, you keep saying to yourself, there ain't no good men.
Exactly.
There ain't no good women. How many of y'all keep saying that? Today, the Holy Spirit is saying, stop saying
Stop
that.
saying that.
Stop speaking words
That's
that
right.
when you truly do want a relationship.
That's right.
And this is for those that really want one.
Because men, God will show you your queen. And women, God will show you your king. He'll show you your king to him.
Right.
And then he'll come and find you.
That's right.
That's right.
But you got to be doing that good thing.
That's right. You got to be doing that good thing.
So what is something else?
Low self-worth.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling that you don't deserve love is a sign of low self-worth. This feeling can stop people from falling in love. They think they are not good enough for anyone else. This idea often comes from past pain or bad family life as a child. Wow, it can go all the way back to childhood. Often people who feel less worth choose an unhealthy relationship over being alone. They may fall into a cycle of short-term bonds with someone new every time. Having low self-esteem makes it hard to trust and love someone deeply.
So this right here is what got me when you said feeling you don't deserve love.
Right.
This feeling can stop people from falling in love.
Right.
And then they think they're not good enough for anyone else. And this comes from past pain or bad family. So sometimes when our parents had bad relationships,
Yeah.
daddy's left,
It affects
mommy's left, and you become the, like for you become the head of the family.
Exactly.
You become the man of the house.
Exactly.
But when you're not shown how to be the man of the house, first of all, the man of the house left.
Exactly.
So your first point of how to deal with family or how to deal with stuff is to leave.
Yes.
And we got to think about that.
Yeah.
Even when you are a child and you look at life like, okay, I become the man of the house. Your first point of being a man of the house is not being there.
That's true, though.
That was the
Yes.
first lesson that was learned.
That's
So
right.
when you deal with situations, the girlfriend, one little mistake a girl might say,
Right.
you don't like something, you out the door.
That's right. That's
You
right.
don't even want to. You don't even want to fix it.
Fix
That
it,
person ain't
yeah.
even worth
Right.
making a mistake. Like we all just spoke on when I just spoke on in Mean Girls. We are all entitled to mistakes.
Man, that's right. Low self-worth, man. God. That's also including people that don't love themselves.
Correct. Because when you
Right.
don't love yourself, you don't get counseling, you don't get the help you need. Being in a relationship just means you're in it because you don't want to be alone.
Exactly.
You go home, you can be on a game. Watch. Y'all don't even spend time
That's
together.
right.
Sleep in
That's
separate rooms.
That's it.
But you ain't alone.
But you ain't alone.
You feel me?
That's all they looking for.
And that's a horrible way to live. What's the next or something else?
It's in dependency. Dependency can make it tough to fall in love. You may cling to your partner, making them feel like they must take care of you always. This makes them the center of your world, and that's not healthy. Love isn't about needing someone to live. It's about wanting someone in your life. But when you depend on them too much, they may push away from you because it feels like a burden on them. They have their own life and and they also need space. So pay heed if people say that you look for love just to fill an empty space in your life. It might be true. Overdependence can really blur the lines between love and neediness, which can stop real love from growing.
So don't just be with somebody and you just love them, and they tell you, oh, you just you my everything,
Right.
and because if you over God, that's not healthy.
That's right.
Don't love me and don't love me so much and you don't go church.
Exactly. Exactly.
I mean, seriously.
Right.
You can love a person so much that you stop living.
That's right. That's right.
Because you're living for them, and that's not a healthy relationship.
That's not healthy at all.
Abandonment issues.
Abandonment issues can make it hard for you to fall in love. They start when a person is left by someone they care about. This often happens in childhood, and the fear stays with them for life. The hurts make them feel scared of losing people they love again. They may act out, be very jealous, or always need to hear that they are loved. These fears bring feelings of loneliness and worry, drain your body's power to fight off sickness, and make loving relationships tough to keep going. Wow.
So think about it. So
Abandonment.
when you think about abandonment, you know, your dad left, your mom left, everybody depends on you.
That's right.
Everybody won't pull on you. You Captain Saberho.
That's it.
You
That's
just, every time something happened, they call
On you.
you.
That's right.
In 2025, God is saying you're not responsible
You're not.
for nobody's households.
That's right.
You're not responsible. Because this is my thing. When you signed that KUB lease deposit, when you said, okay, I'm getting this apartment and I need lights, was I there?
No.
Was you there?
No.
So did we make the
Is
commitment?
our name on the bill?
But did we make a commitment to
No,
keep
we
it
did
on?
not.
So don't involve us.
That's right.
Anything you sign your name to is your responsibility.
That's right.
And even in the midst of helping people, you got to think about what all these programs feel like
That's right.
when you are in line for their help, but you got on $400
Oh, Lord,
tennis
yeah,
shoes.
you hit that.
You got a $2,000 cell phone. So no matter what year the iPhone comes,
$3,000 purse.
yeah, but you need help with your utilities, or you needing help. Your priorities are off.
Way off.
And we're not saying get rid of your possessions,
No, that's
but
not
you
what we're
put
saying,
more
no.
idle on the things that you want
That's
versus the things that you need.
Exactly.
And abandonment issues can make it that way, to where you rely more on things.
That's right. That's right.
You cannot want to
You know
communicate.
that's what I love about you, baby.
What?
You are not materialistic at all.
No.
You're not money.
Because if it's something
You know,
that I want,
I know.
we will go get it.
We'll go. Oh, you better believe we'll go get
We
it.
go get it.
Yeah.
But I'm not hung up on,
That's right.
well, let's go to church Sunday, and these shoes right here are $300, and I got to have them
Exactly.
for church Sunday. Okay, well, if somebody need them $300, this is how I'm at.
That's right.
If somebody needed them shoes,
Mhm.
could you take them off and give it to them?
Exactly.
Because the person you give them to them probably ain't never had no $300
Probably
pair of
ain't.
shoes.
That's right.
But would you bless them and give it to them? I remember one time, honey, I had some like $50 shoes. I'm up in the choir and I'm just rocking back and forth, rocking back and forth. I'm rocking back and forth. And guess what? When church was over and I took them shoes off and had on some house shoes, someone walked up to me and was
Right.
like, girl, you, honey, you felt the spirit. Girl, you was on fire up there in that choir. I said, you right. My feet was so hot. My corn was burning so bad. She's like, girl, if you ever decide, I prayed, honey, and told God, if you decide you don't want them shoes, can I have them? And I did like this, y'all. I
She
had
sure
them
did.
to her. $50 or not.
I know that's right.
I was singing for God, and if singing for God and they was still burning, they had to go.
They had to go and start
That
getting
what
rid
she
of
failed to realize. Thank you for thinking I had the Holy Spirit, but honey, I had the fake spirit,
That's
because I
right.
couldn't wait till it was time to sit down.
That's right.
Cause them shoes came off, so it don't even matter about the price of a shoe.
Right, right.
You stand in them too long, they gonna hurt.
They gonna
so
hurt.
much love to the young lady that was there at the church,
That's right.
and you got those beautiful shoes that I wore 2 times, cause they just hurt them feet, and my toe still hurts
To this day.
to this day because of them pair of
Yeah,
shoes. So just
yeah.
know I'm not playing that. Let's
Right.
give us another one.
Codependency.
Okay.
Codependency acts as a block to fall in love. It leads you into bad, one-sided bonds. You keep on giving but get little back. This behavior is tough to change as it comes from your past. Wow.
Yes.
We talked about that with
We
me.
talked about it.
In codependent relationships, people stick closer even when there's pain and no joy because they fear being alone. Lack of balance causes such ties to become destructive over time. Codependency doesn't let healthy bonding take place. we're both give and take equally.
So what happens is you got to think about it. You get married, but you have family that pull on you constantly
That's
or
right.
can take from you constantly, and
That's
you're
right.
so caught up into not letting them down
Exactly.
that the new responsibilities that you have take a back burner
That's right.
because you
That's
are
right.
still caught into
That's right.
the life of
That's
what
right.
you've been codependency
That's
on.
right.
It can be your mama. Let's say y'all got parents out there, and let's say your parents had a tree come down and fall on the roof. Okay, it's gonna cost $1,000.
It's gonna cost more than this.
Well, let's just say,
Yeah.
hold on, we just saying, let's say it's gonna cost $1,000 to get
Right,
that tree
right.
down. Is it one person that's gonna call to pay it, or is all the siblings
Exactly.
gonna get together
Together.
and equally
Really come
get
up
it
with
taken care of?
Right, right.
And that's the point we're making in today's
exactly,
time,
Exactly.
especially with a wife like me.
That's right.
We got responsibilities and
That's right.
things
That's
that
right.
we gotta obtain
That's
and
right.
we gotta achieve.
That's right,
When
man.
we had children that were babies, they took from us because they didn't ask to be here.
That's right.
And a lot of dreams and aspirations that we had
That's
had to
right.
go second
Yeah, that's right.
because we took care of our children.
That's right.
And we can't help if we gave you money or dad's moms,
Right.
you gave child support and whatever, and the kids didn't get it. That's not the daddy's fault. That's not the mama's fault.
That's right.
That's whoever was managing the money.
That's exactly.
Because if you manage the money and kids getting money every month and you ain't putting nothing up for them children,
That's right.
children, don't be mad at the people that gave it to you.
Exactly.
Because they gave it to you.
That's right.
We can't help it didn't enter to your bank account.
That's right.
But you can't get mad at parents because you have other parents that spend the money on other
That's
things.
right. Like first.
Yeah.
Out from-
Going out clothes and partying. Let's give one or two more.
Let's give this one. Attachment issues.
Okay.
Having attachment issues can affect your love life. You might find it hard to fall in love with someone because of these problems. They stem from your past and impact how you act in adult relationships. The way you attach to the people who cared for you as a child shapes your behavior today. If they were not there for you or their ways hurt you, it may have led to an insecure attachment style. This style makes you feel like I'm unable to form a healthy relationship. You could be afraid to get too close or feel that trust is hard to give. Others might see this fear of intimacy and commitment as being incapable of falling in love. But really, it's about caring for yourself by avoiding pain from the past repeating itself.
So even in bad relationships, what can happen in your relationships is the people you grew up with, your mom, dad, sisters, and brothers. If you had bad relationships and they never intervened,
That's right.
they never, the people you were with mistreated you, but they never said nothing
That's
because
right.
as long as they had their hand out
Hand
and said,
out.
hey, can I have
Exactly.
$100? Can I borrow your jacket? Can I wear your name brand shoes?
That's
Like,
it.
as long as they could obtain things from you,
That's right.
they didn't focus on the hurt that was going on around
That's
you.
right.
And even when they found out, like, you were stabbed,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
did anyone beat her up?
No. No.
Because, see, the family I have and the brothers that I have,
Right.
if a man had stabbed me in
Oh
my
no.
neck,
You probably going in the ground.
you don't want to kill nobody because that's not what I
Right.
feel like we should do.
I understand what you're saying.
But I'd be like Eddie Murphy in Harlem Nights. I'd shoot your toe
You
out.
can shoot the pinky toe.
I'll
Shot me
shoot
in my
your pinky toe. I mean, I'd injure you to where you know I did it. I want you to live. I want to hurt you and you live to tell about it. Like people today, y'all want to kill people because you mad and your life changes.
Right.
You don't get to go out here and gloat
And it's,
on what
and
you did.
It's really kind
But let me just hurt you and you limping and be like, she did that because I stabbed her in the neck.
Exactly.
You feel me? I didn't die, so you shouldn't have to die. But my thing is, I mean, in all seriousness,
Right,
but it's
yeah.
like
I
nobody
don't condone
intervenes.
killing,
And then they
violence and
use
killing.
religion. I'm going to put this religion
Oh,
out here.
man.
Now, when
Don't
this
say it.
person stabbed you,
Don't
this
say it.
person probably was in church.
Oh yeah.
This person probably served on some kind of committee at church and the choir and all this. But when they stabbed you, did they get set down?
They not get sit down at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
So it was okay to stab you and get up there in front of everybody
Apparently
and just
so.
sing.
Apparently so.
It's not right.
And that's one of the reasons I kept telling you. Once I learned, and once I sit back and start observing how certain people move, that's why I kept telling you I refused
Yes.
at that time to appease a church or a minister or a pastor to stay in a relationship I know God didn't put me in.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's read one more. Then
One
we're going to
more.
go into grief.
Childhood abuse issues.
Let's do addictive.
Let's do addictive
Well, actually,
behavior.
read both of them. Just read it all the way
Okay.
down.
Childhood abuse hurts a child's heart. It can stop them from feeling love when they grow up. Many kids in the U.S. have been hurt or treated bad. This pain stays with them even as adults. They find it hard to trust others and feel safe in love relationships. Often they pick up partners who treat them badly, like their past abusers did. Such steps lead to more harm and less love in their lives. Addictive behaviors. Some people struggle with addictive behaviors when it comes to love and relationships. Love addiction is a real issue that can be characterized by obsessive thoughts and behaviors surrounding romantic interests. It can lead to an unhealthy dependence on love and a constant need for validation from others. Love addicts may find themselves constantly seeking out new partners or staying in toxic relationships because they fear being alone. Overcoming love addiction often requires therapy, support groups, and developing healthier coping mechanisms to break free from these patterns of behavior. It's important to recognize the signs of love addiction and seek help if you find yourself caught in this cycle.
Well, I have a love addiction.
I got a love.
I got a love addiction.
The healthy kind.
A healthy love addiction.
The healthy
Now,
kind.
those are really good because you find no love
That's right.
in these situations. You think you're loved, but you're really not. And we're going to talk about the grief side of it because some people, we have widows. Now, one of the things we was talking about, the Miss, Mrs., and Miss, and that's MISS, never been married. MRS, you're married or separated. And then MS, you are divorced or widowed.
Right.
And so it's so important to know our titles. Now, you men, y'all just be MR forever.
We don't never get
Y'all don't get to
Mister,
y'all don't get to
Mister.
lose the R and just be M period.
What would they call us though?
You'd be a
If you're widower.
you'd be a M. Take the R off. When they get divorced, take that R off and you just be a Jackson. I don't know, that might not be good.
Word Jackson.
Take the M off, you be a Okay. So in dealing with grief, in this segment, we're talking about between death and the ceremony.
That's right.
A lot of times from the time the person is deceased, they die, and you get the funeral home picking up the body, you get the phone call, and all of a sudden people on Facebook.
That's right.
They're not taking in consideration of the person that just lost a loved one.
Exactly.
Just automatically we get on social
That's
media.
right. That's right.
Now, I can understand if you was in Messenger because you want to let people on social
Right,
media
right,
know that this
right.
person needs you to reach out to them.
That's right.
Sometimes they get the news of a loved one dying on social media before they actually get the call from the people, the
right.
coroner or the police officers. So traditions, practice, and beliefs. So what I want to share with you real quick is some steps to when someone passes and whether there's a ceremony, graveside services, but what you should do between death and ceremony. One of the things you want to do is keep record of phone calls. So, the people that's contacted you because you send thank you cards.
Right,
Someone in the
right.
family will send out thank you cards and things of this matter. Greet visitors if there's a guest book. So first thing you want to do is get a guest book. That way you can start jotting down these people. Keep a record of floral gifts. Bring food and beverages. So when someone dies, take some food over there.
That's right.
Who feel like cooking?
That's right.
Your mind's somewhere else. So you want to bring some food and some beverages. Keep a record of the food and beverages and when it was brought because you don't want nothing expiring. Because
That's right.
sometimes people have quick funerals and be done
That's
in 3
right.
days.
That's right.
Sometimes we got 2 weeks.
Exactly.
Might have 3 weeks before the services. So you want to write down the dates of when this food came because it's going to only be good for so long.
Right.
Don't be giving me no devil, no angel
E. coli.
egg, and that angel egg been in there for 12 days. I don't want it. Okay, don't give me no 12-day-old egg. Okay. It says prepare and serve food, handle food storage, inventories, which we did that. Transport out-of-town friends and family. So, you need somebody in the family that is ready to pick up people. From the airport, bus stations, pick them up from grandmama's, whoever. We need Auntie Joe to get over grandmama's house, but we need somebody that's a transportation person. Somebody with SUV, not no little bitty old 2-seater. You got a T-seater, don't volunteer. If you got a 2-seater,
That's my fault.
tell us, I'm going to pick up everybody. How?
My sister.
I mean, you dashing and not getting nothing. You can't even do a dash. You can't even get you can't even get nobody's order in a 2-seater. Okay, shop. Go. You need somebody that's gonna run errands. So somebody that's gonna be like take inventory, and let's get the plates, spoons, forks, paper cups. Stuff that's needed for the house, coffee. All that stuff. And then you need somebody that's gonna keep the kids.
Oh yeah.
We need a place to have the kids. So somebody watch. That way the kids come, you have a room that's a nice size room and have a projector, movies. They have the Wii game. I tell everybody, get a Wii game. The kids don't need to be dealing with all the trauma.
No, they don't.
And the crying.
And that person needs time.
Yes, and that person who is grieving needs to cry.
That's right.
So they got to stop being strong for everybody.
That's right.
You need your grandson to see you crying because your grandson or grandchild or cousin needs to see how much that person meant to you. You need to cry. Get it out.
That's right. Oh yeah.
Tell your friends repeatedly to call you if they need you. So if you need somebody, have a person you can call.
Yeah,
that's just your vent person. That means you can call me anytime. Pray with me. Right. You need a person that's just going to let you call and you just not say nothing.
Exactly.
Okay, they say shut that hole in your face.
That's right.
Just be quiet and listen.
That's right.
Follow the family's wishes regarding flowers and gifts. So if they want monetary to help with the funeral arrangements or whatever, then you need to get a fund together and let's do that. But have someone to initially do it and be over it. Give monetary support. Send cards. Give a friend a blank book for journaling during the grieving process. Give them a book where they can start just writing down their feelings. You'll be surprised how you feel when it first happened versus when the funeral's over. Because when it first happened, you kind of dealing with madness, shock. You mad at God. You might even say some cuss words. You mad at if your son was murdered. You may be mad at the people. Like you dealing with doctors. You may be mad at anything. But by the time the funeral's over with and everybody stop coming by, your journaling's going to change because it's a level of gratefulness that you're going to remember who was there, who called, who brought flowers, who brought food.
Like whenever I attended the funeral,
I
always say, I'm glad people was there from the start, bringing food to the house and coming to the funeral. I said, but when this funeral is over, it's when most people need people the most.
That's right. So if you're somebody that wants to help because you're not a funeral person, I have a lot of people like, well, I don't do funerals. Right. I don't go this and that, and that's fine. Mm-hmm. But take them some food. Take them a card. And let them know you'll see them after all this is over.
That's right.
Because number one, it's going to make you feel better.
Exactly.
Because you're going to do exactly what you said, and your mindset and your mind frame is different. You're able to help them deal with what they need to help with because your mind is where it needs to be. Because if you don't do funerals well, you don't need to be there. That's right. Because you're going to be bearing bad news. Your energy and everything is not going to be good. So if you know you're not the funeral person, that's fine. But go make some. You good at that macaroni and cheese? Hey, go take that pan and make that the best macaroni and cheese you ever made, and drop it on over there. But let her know, look, when this is over with, I'll be over here to see you. Because that's when they're going to need you. Now, some things not to do. Do not come to a home if the family desires privacy.
That's right.
So if they desire privacy at this time, quit calling, quit trying to get on Facebook, trying to find out what happened. Exactly. Quit being that person and give them some.
That's not the time to be like, hey, me and dude hung together, man.
That's not the time. Just give them some privacy because things can be under investigation.
That's right.
Things don't need to be talked about. You can get people involved in things that don't need to be involved in or that heard too much, or get someone involved that needs to be involved. Exactly. Do not get in the middle of family discussions or planning.
That's right.
So if they haven't called on you to help with nothing, don't volunteer your services. Because then your feelings won't be hurt. You can't be like, well, honey, I was over there breaking down all them tables and put them over there, and they told me to take them all out there on the porch. Well, then nobody asked you to break down them tables. It's nice. You feel me? But you need to go in there and be like, is there anything anybody need me to do? That's right. Because then someone will assign something for you to do. So if you're not assigned nothing to do, quit volunteering your services. Do not get involved in family conflicts.
Definitely not.
So, something happened tragically, don't all run up there to the hospital. Everybody bowdy, want to be a part of the problem. Be a part of the solution. Because right now, we got to get this person through the funeral.
That's right.
Do not bring food or other items if the family asks that none be brought.
That's right.
So quit bringing them angel eggs and then trying to find out who doing her. Like you trying to ask the question over some angel eggs. Do not contribute to the charity of your choice unless you are sure that this is acceptable to the family. So sometimes people won't leave things to people.
That's right.
or take their clothes somewhere, or they have a special demand, don't give this to this person or don't do this. Do not bring your children to the home unless you are certain the family welcomes them. Children running through the house are often not wanted.
Exactly.
So if you're going to have people come into a home where the family is,
Right.
and there is kids, there needs to be a kid-friendly room.
That's right.
Take them upstairs, take them downstairs.
If the weather permit outside.
Go get a tent, for
For
God's
real.
sakes. We get tents for parties. Go get one of them zip-up tents
Oh,
and put it
yeah.
outside. You can put a little heater in there if it's wintertime. But get
Yeah.
them kids out of
Yeah,
in
for
that
real.
house where they running, because that, at the end of the day, we love them, but honey, sit down.
That's not the time.
And that's
for
just
that.
not the
That's
time.
not the
But you
time.
can rent a party tent
Oh yeah.
and put some balloons and balls and just let them
Exactly.
go outside, have heater
I
in
know
there,
that's
y'all,
right.
and do it. Do not overstay your welcome. And bite your tongue if you're about to offend someone.
That's right.
So, that's all we're asking, in reference to grief is be mindful
That's
of
right.
people. Honey, I think this was a really good show.
I do too. I wanna. You wanna hear another song from me?
Well, we might hear another song, but if we don't, we always close out
Yeah, right.
with the song. But what we tell you is you can donate to the Souls Right House by going on our website here on the bottom of the screen. And it's soulsrighthouse.com. And we have several tabs there that you can learn a lot about us, from
That's right.
computers to our video production.
That's right.
We have
PTSD.
stuff, that talks about supporting PTSD and bipolar
bipolar
mental
mental
health. It is so important. One of the things we want to tell you is about our virtual writers class. If you're interested in
Yes.
learning how to get your book published,
That's right.
we're going to be having a viral class on Monday, starting the first of the year. So starting the first Monday in January, we're going to have a 1 o'clock virtual class. It'll be from 1 to 2. And this is where you'll learn. You pay $25 for your workbook.
Yeah, excellent.
You're going to learn how to get your book published. Then we're going to throw a virtual book release party for all of you all that have gotten your books published.
Say, your Soul Shine Awards coming up, huh?
Yes, we're going to be having a Soul Shine Award this March. We're going to have 4 events every year. One is going to be the Soul Shine Awards, where we highlight people whose souls are shining, who've overcome a lot in their life, and we're gonna highlight them and celebrate them. Also, we're going to have an event in June, which is a life and love after divorce and grief. So we're going to help people deal with grief and divorce. So we're going to bring a lot of divorced people together and a lot of married people together.
Right. Exactly.
And I think it's so important to bring the two together, because a lot of times before we get married, we
Right.
get counseled,
Yes.
but we never get counseled after we get divorced.
Exactly.
So we want to
And
help some people before they get ready to get married. That way, when they get ready to tie the
For
knot, they
real.
happy, they ready,
Yeah.
they're what God has for them, and going.
on themselves.
Yeah, and then going into marriage
Exactly.
counseling, there's no secrets,
Exactly.
and there's two whole people
That's right.
ready to get married.
That's it.
And then we're going to have one in September every year that will help bring back together our kids going back to school.
Yes.
We're going to bring back kids that come from divorced parents, households. We want to help bridge the gap to mental health, to make sure these kids get the counseling and support and mentorship that they need. And then every Christmas, we're going to throw the veterans.
You know that's my
We're going to throw a veterans dinner every
Yes.
December. We're going to
Yes.
partner with Knoxville Community Step Up.
Yes.
And we're going to partner with them and in several other organizations like the people that do foster care.
That's right.
We want to have a campaign where every quarter we want you to donate backpacks, and we want you to donate
Exactly.
lunch bags, and also we want you to donate rolling suitcases.
Yes.
Because those kids that come from foster homes and they
Or in the
never,
system.
or in the system, they don't have,
Trash bag.
they show up with trash bags and
Yeah.
stuff. And so we want to donate rolling suitcases to the foster care organizations that help. And this is going to be every quarter, and it starts actually now.
Yes.
We want to start. It's going to start in January. We're
Yes.
going to be giving a speech to the Knoxville Community
The
Step Up in January.
yes.
And so we want you to put this on your notes, that we want you to donate a rolling suitcase to the Souls Right House. Every time you think about it, we're going to be contacting thrift stores
That's right.
and Carm and several others
Exactly.
to do so. So at the end of the day, we got to, if you're going to pray about it, you're going to have to be about it. And we're just so thankful. And you got to believe that. So thank you guys for joining our show, Life and Love After Divorce and Grief. Because healed people.
If you wanna pray that, if you wanna pray that, gonna have to believe that. If you gonna pray that, gonna have to believe that. If you gonna believe
go to Yahweh and just pray and know that you'll see and your answers pray. If you're gonna pray about it, gonna have to believe. If you're gonna pray about it, alright. You gotta believe. If you're gonna pray, I know that hurts, oh yeah, but she will heal from the inside. Alright, yes, gonna have to believe that. You gotta believe. If you're gonna pray, gonna have to believe. I gotta believe. Alright, prayers and yes, gonna have to believe. I gotta believe. If you're gonna pray, gonna have to believe. I believe that. If you're gonna pray,
Again, thank you for tuning in to Life and Love After Divorce and Grief podcast. Stay connected on our website at soulsrighthouse.com. Situation